Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We're on episode 17 of the podcast. Sebastian couldn't record this week because he said he's a hater and he doesn't want to see us.
Yeah, so I had a substitute
Yeah.
again.
He said that she's a no sabo kid, so she doesn't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk to her. And so we're going to record our podcast with me and her because Sebastian's our biggest hater. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to bash Sebastian for like
He's
a minute.
fake.
Yeah, he's fake. He hates us. He says that we don't take showers. What else does he say?
He said that.
No, no, he didn't
I
say
was
that.
like, what would he?
No, I just wanted to say random things. Our biggest hater.
He is a hater.
But yeah, since we didn't record this week, we decided we're just gonna drop a podcast this Sunday, and then we're gonna drop another podcast this week. Blah 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 blah. And we're gonna do our Q and A this week.
So I'm supposed to answer on behalf of Sebastian?
No, this is a whole different podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Q and A.
When Sebastian's here.
Yeah, when Sebastian's here.
I really wanted to tell him what happened.
I know, huh? Guys, something happened in Sedona that we're waiting to tell Sebastian. But every time we try to record with him, it's like he can't record. I can't do it. Well, it's not his fault too, though, because this
I'm
week.
drowning.
Look at you go. No, because this week too, I was really busy as well. I had like 2 exams and like I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Then I had a lab report and then
School's kicking their butt.
school's kicking our asses out here. And like me and Sebastian only have like a month left, guys. So just deal with it for now with the changing schedule when we drop the podcast.
For the inconvenience.
For the inconvenience out here. All right. So what we're gonna talk about in this podcast, we're gonna talk about our post trip from Sedona and how what happened on the way home. So when we were on our way home, me and my girl like we really love the breakfast burritos from McDonald's, especially with the picante sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Bon appetit, bon
Chef's kiss.
appetit, so bomb. And as we stopped at McDonald's, we got the burritos. We were gonna go sit down outside because
It was nice weather.
it was nice weather and like we were like at a truck stop type of McDonald's, so like
Yeah.
there's like outside benches and stuff, so you could eat out there. And like we were deciding to eat out there, and then we saw this big, fat
It
crow.
was big. It was like as long as my freaking arm.
Yeah, it was long for no reason, and I'm superstitious as f. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, something's gonna happen."
He did. He was all like, "Oh my god, this is bad luck. This is
Yeah.
how we died."
Like something's gonna happen. So I had to do my little ventaciones, I think it's called. Yeah, if you know what it is. And what happened after that? Is that when we started driving?
Yeah. So as soon as we got done eating, like we just couldn't keep our eyes off the crow. So once we got done eating, we went in the truck. We
Mhm.
started to go home, and after we started driving, like what, maybe like 10 minutes, the truck started overheating.
Yeah. So the engine was overheating, and like before we got to Sedona too, I did notice that my engine was starting to overheat on the
So
way
it's his fault.
to Sedona. But I was like, I just didn't think of anything of it because I was just like, oh, maybe it's because I've been driving for 2 hours, and like I've been going pretty fast on the highway because I was going pretty fast, and I was like, oh, whatever. And like the my truck told me to just turn off the AC and it would be fine. So I turned off the AC and it was perfectly fine. Everything was good. And then
So it didn't overheat at all as soon as you turned it off.
no, it didn't overheat at all. Like it was good. And so like on 10 minutes like it started overheating and I was like, what the heck? That's weird. So we stopped and like I didn't think anything of it at first cuz it was kind of like whatever. Like maybe it's just like for a little bit. But no, like it just kept overheating like I would
Every
stop, drive for like another 2 minutes and boom, overheat.
It wasn't even a mile. We couldn't get nowhere.
And it was crazy because we weren't even that far from Phoenix. We're like an hour away. And like I was just like, man, I just want to get this over with. Like I just want to get over there.
Keep this in mind, guys, that we left like at what, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning.
9 a.m. Yeah.
Because he had his son's game to go to. So he was like, okay, we're gonna leave at this time so I could do this for my school and then go to the son's game. And that
Yeah.
just went all out the window.
It went out the window because my son's game started at 3 o'clock. And like when that happened, it was already like 11, 10:30, something like that.
Yeah, it was already 11.
Yeah, it was already like 10:30, 11, something like that. So I was like, maybe I'll have enough time. Maybe, I don't know. Like, we'll be fine. But I had to call my pops and my pops had to come all the way from Phoenix to Sedona. Well, not Sedona, like just an hour away.
Like Scottsdale or something like that. No, not
No, 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 not
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, baby. It doesn't matter. Either way, he had to drive like an hour. And by the way, we weren't anywhere close to like a store, and we had to stop like in the
In the
middle of
middle of
a
nowhere.
like middle of nowhere basically. And shout out to Apple Location, because all I had to do was send my location from my phone, and he already knew where I was at. And he eventually found us, but he took like an hour and 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, because he had to do it like a stop
Yeah, he had to stop because
to get water to see, like, maybe it was missing water.
yeah, because we forgot to mention as well. We opened our hood up.
There was no water in
There
there.
was no water in that water gallon thing where you're supposed to put water, and I was like, "What the heck? That's so weird." And then we put water in there,
And
and
it just
like
came out.
it just came out. Like it wasn't even like doing anything, and it was like a whole gallon too, a whole gallon of water. It was coming out, and then as soon as we left, no, as soon as my dad came, he no, wait. I'm getting my story mixed up, but no. Before
So,
he came, he had to buy water hoses because that's what we thought it was. We thought it was like a bottom hose was like broken or something like that.
you're getting too ahead. So, once we put the water gallon in the truck,
Mm-hmm.
we went to drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the whole gallon of water came out,
Oh yeah, it was spilling out.
right? So, we had to pull over because it was overheating.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to drive again, but we had a hard time going to the gas station.
Yeah.
So, we went to this gas station where his dad could buy the part. And that's where.
Oh no, it's because before my dad came for us, he already bought like a part just in case because he thought it was that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. But yeah, what Elaine said. So we ended up going to like a gas station, and we decided. My dad decided that it was probably the water thing that holds all the water in there. We probably thought there was a crack in there, so that's why what was going on. So my dad said like, "What's the closest O'Reilly? What's the closest AutoZone?" And AutoZone was like another hour away.
It was?
No, 30 minutes away. 30 minutes. It was another 30 minutes away. And by the way, guys, it was already 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I had a Suns game at 3, and it was already gonna take another hour to get to Phoenix.
Imagine
And
that.
imagine that. So at that moment, I started getting cranky. I started getting annoyed
Yeah, he was already mad.
because I don't like this happens all the time when I want to do something for myself. Something always happens, right, baby?
Yeah.
All
So
the
what
time.
happened last year?
I forgot, but something always happens when I
Yeah.
want to do something for me.
Every year. Always, Brian has like bad luck or something.
Yeah. And keep in mind, guys, this all happened after seeing that crow, so you already know something was going on. Some witchcraft. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
But after that, my dad went to O'Reilly. He got the part, and me and Elaine were like walking around because my dad left us to go get the part. So me and her, we went to Family Dollar. We went to Dollar General. We're all bored.
We went shopping.
Yeah, we went shopping for dollar stuff because we're broke. And as soon as my dad came, he put in the thing, and like we were good to go. And as we started heading out, the Suns game already started. I think it was like at 3 already.
Yeah.
It was already 3 o'clock, and the Suns game was starting.
No, tell him how you forgot that as soon as your dad fixed it, the gallon or the whatever.
Yeah, I know I was gonna
It
bring
was
that
a
up.
call.
Yeah. So then, as we were driving, it still overheated.
Mm-hmm.
Overheated again, and it made no sense. We changed the water box thing, all of that, and it was still overheating, and we had to like stop,
In the
and
middle of the lane.
it was like the middle, like you know when you're like
Like where
getting out of the ramp and about to merge into the highway fully. We had to stop right before like you start to merge. And my dad started calling our uncle that's a mechanic, and he told my dad maybe it's this little part in the engine. I don't know how to describe it to you guys. Like I just know what it is. And he just took this spring thing out of the engine that put coolant or water into the engine to cool it down. And he took that part out, and next thing you know, we're perfectly fine. Like we were good. But when I started driving, all I could do was I'm driving like 50, 40 miles per hour. I don't
Yeah.
care. Because I'm not trying to overheat again. Because we're still an hour away, guys. This whole entire time, 3 hours, we still were an hour away. That was crazy. And like, I forgot to mention too, like when me and Elaine were waiting for my pops to get there, we were like over here. Like, imagine if it was hot, we would have been dead by now.
Yeah.
Because we had to wait like an hour and 30 minutes. We could have died.
We could have freaking died from
No.
dehydration.
And like we
Nah.
already put all our water in the water pump gallon thing. That's funny. And then we got to Phoenix, and Elaine was like, "Are we still gonna go to the Suns game?" Cause
There was
the
only 10 minutes, like maybe.
no, there was like they were in the third quarter.
Yeah, same thing.
So in a basketball game, I don't know if you guys know this. There's 4 quarters, 12 minutes each. So the first hour is usually the first 2 quarters happen, and there's halftime. So by the time it's like an hour and 30 minutes in, that's when the third quarter hits. So that's when we got home. It was like an hour, 30 minutes, whatever. And I told Elaine, "You're gonna take a shower real quick, cause I want to go to the Suns game. I don't care. We spent too much money to not go."
I spent the money.
Well, she spent too much money for not us to go, for us not to go. Yeah. And you're over here saying, "No, it's fine." I don't...
Like, it was 10 minutes. We literally went within the last 10 minutes.
It was worth it though. It was a good game.
You only saw the last 10 minutes.
But it was
What
good
do you
though. It was dope.
mean?
And then she took a quick shower. I didn't even take a shower. I just put
Yeah,
on.
he was all stinky.
I just put on like different clothes, and then I like sprayed cologne, and that was it. And then we went to the Suns game, and like we were there for the last 10 minutes, but it was a good game. It was pretty close still.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was pretty close.
And the Suns beat the 76ers. Good game, good game. You gotta admit, those last 10 minutes were pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a good dunk, alley-oop, all types of stuff.
You know what's crazy?
What?
You know how the aisle next to us,
Uh-huh.
this guy had like a whole stack of.
Oh
of-
yeah, I
of-
forgot about that.
What were they?
He
Tall
had,
cans.
he had tall cans, like a big ass tower of it.
Yeah.
That's how you know he was drunk. Well, it's probably his friends too,
Well, true.
because he was like in a whole row with his friends probably. But yeah, that happened. Post Sedona trip. Can y'all believe that?
And there's something happened in Sedona. But I want to say so bad, but I can't. I want to see Sebastian's reaction, but he's being whack.
Sebastian's probably not even gonna listen to this episode.
I know.
Hey, he's gonna be like,
To be honest, y'all, sorry.
To be honest, y'all, sorry. I don't care about their podcast episode.
If it's not me in it, I don't care.
I like how you just bash Sebastian sometimes.
Sebastian, he be doing the same thing.
I know how every episode we have, he's like, Elaine, I hate that girl. All right, guys. I want to talk about this wanted poster that I did at work. I hadn't even told Elaine about this. So, as you guys know, I'm at work. I work at a gas station, and a lot of the time, there's a lot of crackheads, and a lot of the times we take pictures of them. So, like, if they come in, we already know that they're kicked out, right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
And this one day I was working, I found a picture, and like it was right there, for everybody to see, and I thought it was gonna be funny if I put wanted on it.
You're lying.
That I did that.
Like
So
you wrote it, like what?
yeah, I got a Sharpie, and I put it like in a font, like you know how like
Yeah.
no, I was like big ass wanted on there, and you won't believe what happened next.
What?
The security guard looked at me. He said, "Oh no, man! Like they're trying to find that guy." And I was like, "Oh, they're trying to find him." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "No, it's because his mom came in looking for him because I guess he left a suicide note."
You're
And
lying.
no, dead ass. And I was like, "What?" And I felt so bad.
I
I was
hope you do.
I
Fucking
felt so
Pablo.
bad. How am I supposed to know? Because so many crackheads come in.
Did he look like a crackhead from his picture?
Low key, I can't lie. But I was like, oh my god, I feel so bad. So like I had to like get the Sharpie and like take it all off. And then plus like the guy wrote the information of the parent and her name on like the part where I put the Sharpie on, so it bled through.
You're such a
But
jerk.
I got the pencil and like, you know, I rewrote it, all that. It's not my fault. I didn't know.
You're a jerk.
It's not my fault. I didn't know, guys. I'm sorry.
He could be going to QT and they'd be like, oh, I can't see because Brayan wrote running.
Wrote on it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Learn English.
I'm done. Goodbye.
Look at you go. You ready for this other one? Spotify Brayan.
Oh my god. I think he was in the wrong one for this one.
I was in the wrong for this one. So, you guys know there's a student premium service or whatever where you have to pay $5. $5 for Spotify, Hulu, and Showtime. And when I was doing this service, I forgot to put in my email. Oh, I'm getting this story
He
confused.
forgot to renew it.
I forgot to renew it. So they've been charging me like the regular price since July.
How much is the regular price?
$10.
Okay.
So they've been charging me $10 since July.
Instead of what?
$5.
Okay. Since
So
July?
yeah, since July. So 10. So July, June, August, September, October, November. Do the months for me.
Well, since July?
Yeah.
I forgot. June. Wait.
That's because we're on the spot now. People are gonna think we're
August,
dumb.
September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 9 months.
So 9 months. 9 months times 10. That's $90. They've been charging me almost $90.
Okay.
Or 50. I don't know, something like that. And they told me, they were like, why are you laughing?
Go.
Just because you suck at math? I'm just kidding. But they've been charging me $10 ever since then. And I messaged them. I was like, this is not fair. I'm supposed to only be charging $5 out here. Like, what's going on?
But he forgot to renew it. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
And they're telling me, sorry, sir, we can only give you refunds for the past 2 months.
Which was $20.
$20 in total. And I was like, no, that's not fair. I've been getting overcharged, and that equals like almost to $50. Like, what's going on?
He was being a Mexican Karen.
Yeah. And they were like, what did they say? And they said, okay, sir, let me put you into another person.
Yeah.
So they sent me to another person, and this person told me that I didn't renew it till November. And I was like, oh, yeah, I did do that. So it made sense for them to charge me like $10 like for a couple months. It made sense. And I told them, I was like, okay. But when I renewed it, they didn't tell me to change it to the student thing or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I automatically renewed it in November. And it didn't tell me to like put an option where it's like, oh, do you want to get charged premium or do you want to get charged student premium? Something like that. So I was like, that's not fair. That doesn't make sense. Like, why can't blah, 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 blah. And then at some point, the guy was like, oh, so I can do this for you. I can give you a full refund for the past 3 months. And I was like, $30? Okay.
I know, $10 difference.
Yeah, because so if you count November, December, January, February, March. So, yeah. They only owed me $25 basically.
But he was not having it. He was all like, no, this is not fair. It's not my fault that I renewed it. And you guys failed to say that I had to renew what plan I had to pick.
It was funny because the only reason I noticed is because I went on my email and I was like, I saw I was getting charged $10. And like for a while now, I've noticed I was getting charged $10. But for some reason in my head, I was just like, oh, maybe they just raised the prices. Because, you know, everybody's raising their prices. Netflix out here charging me almost $17.
But at least Netflix tells you, don't you think?
Netflix whack. Netflix is whack. I'm telling everybody right now, Netflix is whack. Hulu is better.
I watch Netflix.
Do you like Netflix or Hulu better?
Netflix.
Hulu's better. They got more live TV shows.
You don't even watch live TV shows on Hulu.
I do.
When?
About Elementary. What? Oh. Everyone's probably like, what the heck? What did she whisper? She whispered that my Alexa light went on. I have an Alexa. But now you made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry. It's just because you said it wasn't plugged in.
I plugged it in.
Oh. How come you don't say anything?
You saw me plug it in.
No, I didn't. I don't have binoculars or see-through.
X-ray.
X-ray vision.
You're funny. I watch About Elementary. About Elementary?
Mm-hmm.
I watched that.
Oh, okay.
I watch Bob's Burgers.
That's not live.
It comes out live.
Do you watch it on live, though?
No, like it
Okay,
comes out in
then.
24 hours.
Thank you.
Yeah, how do you hear you Mexican?
Well, you said live, so be specific. And you weren't specific.
Yeah, how do you hear you Mexican?
That's exactly what
Just
I
because
thought.
nobody likes Temptation Island.
That's how you like it.
It's alright. I think that's it, huh? For the episode?
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Sebastian, if you're listening to this, you're whack. You're a lame boy.
You still have to throw it in there. Wow, we recorded for 20 minutes. Not bad. Alright, bye, guys. Oh, no. I got to plug in everything. Follow us on Instagram, Gay Guy Straight Guy Podcast. Follow us on TikTok, Gay Guy Straight Guy Podcast. YouTube as well, Gay Guy Straight Guy Podcast. You can listen to us anywhere: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, all these other apps, whatever. Shout out to y'all.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, guys.
Bye.